other avenues. So that's a good point. Okay.
By the way, we need to make a song, bro. You want?
I'll make the beat for you.
No. I'm dead ass.
Let's go. We'll go viral.
I'm dead ass.
What's it gonna be called? The stuttering
Who's gonna
song?
be singing? Who's gonna sing? Who's
Listen,
gonna rap?
bro. Listen, man. I
That's
can do the
messed
hook.
up, gang.
I can do the hook, bro.
You can do the hook.
We'll do a record.
Yeah,
We'll do a record.
I'm dead ass, bro.
I guess you guys.
It'll be. I think it'll be big, bro.
Think about it, right?
You could do like a compilation album.
They're gonna talk. We're gonna have to talk
think about
smack
it, right?
about female nature.
Your favorite YouTuber. What does he do? A song. What happens? It pops off. KSI, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, DDG.
DDG going crazy.
Listen, man, like we could do a song, bro.
Damn.
Come on now.
All right. I guess we're gonna become rappers now. All right.
Hey, y'all heard it first. I'm about to make them even more viral. And y'all are already viral.
There you go, man. Let's do it.
And yes, folks, little did we know that after all young Walter made that clip, that he was gonna be on his way to be the the next musical lyrical producer that the world has yet to find out about. What's up, guys? My name is Duke. Welcome to another episode of Duke Reacts, part of the Duke and Dot channel. And today we got a twofer for you, all right? But first things first, we got to cover this story, okay? When you guys sent me this news article, I don't even know where this website came from, all right? It seems like some kind of one of those websites like World Star Hip Hop where you send in information or customized press releases about yourself because, guys, this nigga Fresh Prince CEO is back at it again. So apparently there's a bunch of press releases out about this guy who is supposed to be all of a sudden this news producer or music producer, this big music producer that's up and coming from Atlanta. All right, so let me go ahead and go through one of the articles you guys sent me because I thought it was absolutely hilarious what this guy is up to. I mean, the grift just doesn't stop there, guys. All right, and for those of you guys after seeing this article, don't believe that these guys are nothing but opportunists, I don't know what else to tell you. But you know what? Listen, I don't care if you're an opportunist. I'm an opportunist too, talking about your dumbasses, okay? But the thing is, you can't be hypocritical, especially when you're leading young men, all right? Because leading young men, we have no leadership nowadays, okay? There's no one out there who's looking for us. Matter of fact, society is at the position right now, they're going to use us and discard us if we're none the wiser, right? So we need more role models out there to be able to come out and be able to point some of this stuff out, especially if they're going to be positioning themselves to be leaders of young men. So some of you haters and Fresh and Fit standboys out there who are like, Duke, you're always talking about Fresh and Fit. Like, why are you always talking about Fresh and Fit? This is, you gotta leave them alone. Let them breathe. Fuck no. I'm gonna keep that foot on their neck so fucking hard until this bullshit stops. Because you don't understand the kind of poison that's coming out of these different messages, especially in manosphere, not even manosphere, the red pill space. Guys, this stuff is toxic, all right? It's poisoning a bunch of young men out there coming out to think the way the world is, and it's not really what it is. So now we have a bunch of pissed off youth men out there who are freaking with these, walking around with these ideologies, treating women or thinking about women in a certain type of way. We need to bring balance back. And if these jokers aren't going to have this conversation, well, guess what? We will over here. So guys, I'm not gonna stop, so keep coming on over here and keep giving us all the free clout that we want, because this is gonna continue until there's some integrity brought back into the red pill and manosphere spaces. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and cover this. All right, so this article, he says, the emotion that can break your heart is the very one that can heal it. Nicolette Spark quotes, Walter Weeks, an Atlanta-based artist, has decided to turn his past experience and feelings into musical lyrics. Recently, he has put his inner thoughts about life into words through his latest single, Feelings. Guys, I haven't heard this single yet. If you guys know what this single is, because some of y'all who did this research and sent this article to me, first of all, I don't even know where y'all find this stuff. See, man, y'all, see, this is what I'm saying. Don't mess with people on the internet, man. They will look at your life so freaking hard. Some of these internet detectives out here, though, they do their jobs way better than some of these real detectives out here. So just keep that in mind. But he's got if you guys know what the album Feelings, if you guys have heard it, send it over here. I want to play that shit. And we'll do an honest review of the album, okay? Because look, you're gonna have all these articles out here talking about these albums that you have that no one's heard out here. Consider the fact that you have the most popular podcast out there. Listen, I gotta hear it, and you have to bring it out there for us to fairly criticize your number one hit single, Feelings. Okay, so we gotta know, because I've never heard it. So if you guys have heard it out there, you think it's the number one best single from this up and coming artist over here, let me know right now. Let's continue. Now, 20 years of age, Week's journey to the top wasn't a leisurely walk in the park. He had to push his way during manual jobs after school in the evenings to support his struggling parents. Walter Weeks would not give up on his musical ambitions despite the challenges and was determined to succeed. From his humble beginnings, he has written magical lyrics to explain his inner thoughts about life and what goes on in society. Come on, bro. In that paragraph alone, it was just so much bullshit. It's not even funny. I thought this nigga was 28. So now this article is saying he's 20. But first of all, let me see when this was written. This was press release August 11th of this year. So I don't know if they got it wrong or Walter Weeks himself got it wrong, but I thought he was 28 years old. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know, because is he 20? Is he 20? Because if he is 20 years old, it'll make sense, all the shit that we're seeing right now, right? Because usually 20-year-olds, their brains aren't as developed, you know what I'm saying? So if he's 20 years old, we understand a whole lot, Fresh Prince CEO, okay? We understand what's going on. But I think that's cap, bro. I think he's like older than that. And the second thing, what are you talking about? You said that your family was rich when you were back in Barbados. So all of a sudden, in this article, you came from poverty, struggling, humble beginnings. Which one is it? Are you trying to play yourself up as the struggling rapper trying to come up, or are you this guy who already had it back in Barbados, but now coming to the U.S. making a new life for himself? Which is the story? See, this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. This is the kind of garbage I'm talking about. People who are inauthentic trying to sell you authenticity. It's horrible. All right, he's lying about his age and his lifestyle situation before he came to the States. And you're talking about struggle to the top. You have the most popular podcast in the world. Yeah, I haven't seen one album. You haven't promoted one album. None. So I don't know where all this is coming from, but y'all followers need to see this as garbage. So it's like one of those things where, okay, let's say if the podcast shit didn't make it, was this your next grift into music? What are we doing here? Are you actually out here to help young men, right? Or just out here to take their money? That's what we want to know. And that's why we're doing these exposed videos, because we want to know what the hell is going on. Are you out there, and is the red pill community out there in general to help men? Or are we out here just trying to finesse these dudes like these broads be finessing them their entire life? I want to know, because if that's the case, we want to create an alternative space where that doesn't happen. But you straight capping about your age and your upbringing, bro, come on. Let's continue. Feelings has recently caused quite a stir in the music industry, as most fans can relate to the lyrics of his single. The song talks about how life can be unfair at times, and you can easily lose out on your dreams and vision if you allow yourself to be swayed by circumstances. Listen, man, each paragraph I read, it just keeps getting worse. All right. I can believe the fact that his fans have probably heard of it, because there's a lot. Every time I make a video, right, all you Fresh and Fit fanboy stands out there always come to every Fresh and Fit video. Like, we don't make other videos out here, all right? So I don't see y'all in the comments when we do real relationship talks, all right? I don't see y'all on there when we do just normal videos talking about, like, the situation for men at large. No. Y'all want to flood the videos with your dear leaders on there to protect them. Well, since y'all in the comment section, let me know what y'all think about this man's hit single, all right? And the feelings, because I want to know. And it makes sense that if this single is actually out there, that y'all vibe with it, because guess what, all right? Y'all dudes be in your feelings, especially when it comes to these girls, because you're listening to dumbasses like this dude, all right, who has a freaking album, a zinger that no one has actually ever heard about. Okay, so I haven't heard about it. If you Fresh and Fit stands have heard about it, let us know. I want to play it. I want to do a nice review. Let us know, all right? We want to know. Let's continue. The song has become a hit, especially to the young Walter Weeks. Walter Weeks inspires them to never give up or quit, despite what others say. Most of his fans had this to say: "This single is a hit, killing them beats. Love it. This music is just so chilled. I really enjoy this type of music. Lovely mix and love every bit of it. Yeah, bro. If this doesn't sound like a fake ass fucking review, this sounds like Walter wrote it. Like real talk. It sounds like Walter wrote this shit. All right. This single is a hit. Killing them beats. Loving it. This music is so chill. ... I really enjoy this type of music. Lovely mix and love every bit of it. Let's continue, bro. Let's continue. I want to speed through this because this is honestly getting terrible. Every single paragraph I read, it gets worse, bro. All right. Weeks is a self-motivated and go-getting artist and has gone beyond all odds to establish himself as a surprising new talent in the music industry. His lyrical and musical prowess as a songwriter and artist is evident in his latest release. He has perfectly incorporated his creative and unique music sound, a fusion of soft rock and jazz with the unique hip-hop touch, a sound that his fans are raving about. Let us know, Stans. I want to know because I haven't heard this dude new hit single in the hip-hop space. And trust me, I follow hip-hop, so I want to know where this hit single is. All y'all fans out there that are fan of this man who come to his defense with the receipts, because I haven't heard anything about this dude's album at all, period. So I'm not sure who these music fans are, but I will agree with him with him on one point, all right? I would agree with him on one point. Fresh is a go-getter. You can't knock this dude's hustle, all right? He will go from the dating stuff to go getting your wallet. So that's what he's gonna do. All right. So he's one of those guys, obviously, that if something doesn't work, try again. And you can't knock the guy's hustle. So I'm assuming if this podcast wouldn't have worked out, he'd have probably been in the music industry. I don't know. We don't know what's happening. All I want to know is where's this song that all your fans are raving about, bruh? Let's continue. Walter's love and passion for music started at a young age. He enjoyed listening to Byron Adams, Akon, Tony Braxton, among other prominent musicians and singers. He would spend most of his high school free time writing songs, and his schoolmates and friends loved listening to his singing and were awed by his creativity. Walter Weeks is an independent artist, which has given him freedom to dig deep into his unique creativity. He believes there's much better control on an artist working under a label. What? He believes there is much control on an artist working under a label. Already that sounds false, which sometimes may suppress the artist's creativity. Okay. I thought he said he believes there's not much control on an artist working on an artist label. Okay, so he's saying there's a lot more control working under an artist label, which sometimes may suppress the artist's creativity. I agree with that. I 100% agree. You have all these artists who come out and, they're talking about, well, I want to get out of my contract because my label is not doing it for me whatsoever. Listen, all right, I'm not here to knock labels or anything like that. The one thing you got to understand about these clowns is that you sign an agreement. I mean, it's what they think that you're worth at that time. Now, if your value has managed to increase over time, it's up to you to try to negotiate or try to figure that stuff out later. But realistically, that's something that you got to figure out, right? You got to understand, okay, what is my future value going to be? What am I going to bring to the table? Is it going to be more than the money that they're putting on the table right now? And what kind of work ethic am I going to be? Should I be starting to prepare myself for? All that stuff like that. But other than that, I agree with that. I agree that it's a little bit more restricting. What I don't agree with is the cap, because I haven't seen one song from this dude Fresh. So let's continue here. Last paragraph. The future is bright for Weeks as he aspires to establish his own record label. He wants to scale his career as a musician and also diversity in his ventures as a music producer. A record label will help him exploit the full potential of his music production skills. He's also working on a single and has promised his fans that you can't imagine what awaits you. This will be the trailblazer. Well, listen, Fresh, I am rooting for you, okay? I'm rooting for you for a song we've never heard about before, but I believe that you are a trailblazer, and you are trailblazing this path for a lot of these stands out here to basically follow you into the grave. Because listen, anyone who buys this garbage, you're losing your mind. All the different inconsistencies that was going on in this article alone, and that's the thing you ought to understand, especially in that last paragraph that I want you guys to focus on. That might as well be this dude's next grift. Real talk. That might be this dude's next grift, is be the record label owner, right? Why not? It makes sense, right? You're already the a podcast host. You got all these unsuspecting, unconfident men who lack a lot of self-awareness, right? Or situational awareness. Of course, they're gonna give you money for making crap music. Listen, I know brothers out here that have studios, okay, and they get all these whack ass artists that come through thinking that they're the shit. Okay, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So you will definitely find some artists out there that will gladly pay you thousands of dollars to help them out with their crap music. Hey, listen, it looks like you understand marketing more than anyone else. I'm just saying, guys, for all you unsuspecting males out there, understand who your leaders are. And you Fresh and Fit stands out here that just come for the Fresh and Fit videos, you can exit stage left, okay? Because we're going to move on from this. I just want to make sure you guys understand what it is that your dear leaders are getting into and understand who your role models are. But that is not the reason for this video. This video, we're going to be talking about we're going to be reacting to a video of Steve Harvey, guys, okay? Because I believe that Steve Harvey needs to be stopped. This man is if you want to talk about who is going to do more damage to most women nowadays, I would say Steve Harvey is the guy, all right? The pandering has to stop. So in this video we're going to be reacting to is Steve Harvey basically talking to this 40-year-old broad, all right? And she's talking about, should we go half on drinks, or should we go half when it comes to dates? I'm sick and tired of men, pretending they want to go half and it doesn't work. Okay, so and you're gonna listen to the advice this dude gives her, and I want you guys to pay attention, ladies. For those of you guys watching, because we got a whole lot of ladies watching this channel, which I appreciate. Thank you for your support. But pay attention. This is the kind of advice that will lead you young ladies and older ladies down the straight. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this video.
Hey, Steve. I've been single for a long time. I mean, a long time. So I'll go on those dates.
How long is that, baby? Ma'am?
No, about 17 years.
Oh, okay.
I go on these dating website.
Time out. Listen, bro. If you came to me and told me that you were single for 17 years, you see the look on Steve Harvey's face. He was just like, "Oh, okay, bro." That means you, for 17 years, you have been proven to be incompatible with another man. You have been proven to not be able to work cooperatively with another human being. That's crazy. That's a problem. That's a deep-seated problem. For 17 years, the common denominator is you, lady, all right? And the fact that he just glosses over that, that's a red flag.
Things. And I read recently that a woman should offer to pay for 50%, half the dinner on the first date. So they said men would definitely say no, but they'll appreciate the effort. Well, the last couple of times they've said yes. So I thought, this backfired. Let me see. My question is, do men really appreciate it? And should women offer to pay for half on the first date?
No, they don't appreciate it, and you shouldn't offer it. It's just, look.
All right, time out. Before it goes into this point here, I'm going to have to just go ahead and let my point be known. All right, listen, lady. If you don't want to go half on a date, don't freaking suggest it. Now you're just playing games at this point, okay? Because, guys, we are literal creatures. We're not going to freaking lead your mind, and we certainly don't read these freaking dating magazines y'all read that tells you how to play with guys' emotions and whatnot. No one plays around with that. We're straightforward creatures. If you say, look, let me go ahead and pay for that, a guy would take it as you wanted to pay for it. And when this world of equality, you guys are talking about like guys are traditional. Nah, guys are becoming more and more modern as you guys are becoming more and more modern. So you have to understand that if you're gonna offer to pay something, you better be ready to pay for it, because we will take you at your word. So it's not. And guess what? Unlike what Steve Bozo over here said, we appreciate it. We appreciate, because that's different. Not a lot of girls do that. So if a girl offers to pay, we appreciate that. Now, most guys, they probably wouldn't accept it, and they'll say, okay, nah, baby, I got it. I got you. Don't worry about it, right? But realistically, we do appreciate it. So what this clown Steve Harvey's talking about, I don't agree.
You know what? I really get sick of dating sites trying to play both sides of the fence. You want to match a woman up with somebody, but then you want her to be this totally independent, standalone person. Well, guess what? A man can't be an independent, standalone person. A man, a heterosexual man, is nothing without a woman. Zero. Nothing. Ask him.
This shit right here is why this nigga needs to be stopped. All that shit that came out of his mouth was a bullshit pandering. You can tell. Listen, men are more independent than you think. Men don't really need dependence from systems. We can go out, we can survive on our own. Now I'm saying most men in general, all right? Some of these babies out here that we raising, some of them a little too soft. But I would say on average, if you put an average guy and then you put an average woman in a situation where they have to be independent, 9 times out of 10, the guy's gonna come out on top. It's just how it works. Men are more built for independence. Now, we're talking about heterosexual men. Now, listen, man, what do you... heterosexual men, all these type of men, they're the ones that built the society that we're walking around. Steve Harvey, you're a heterosexual man. Just because your dumbass can't live without a woman or isn't we already know your situation. Just because you can't be independent from a woman doesn't mean all the other guys aren't. All right, guys can survive well without being dependent on a woman. Matter of fact, it's actually to his detriment for a man to be dependent on a woman. Women don't like that. Women seek men who are independent. So by natural, men are independent creatures. Married men are dependent creatures because now they depend on their families for certain needs. Also, they have to have their families depend on them. So there's a dynamic going on there. But this is bullshit. That's why this dude needs to
Listen to me. Ask any heterosexual man and he'll tell you, without women, this don't work. This is nothing without you.
What are you
Do you
talking
understand
about?
that? That's period. So stop teaching these women stuff that they don't need to know. Right. If a man asks you out and he's not willing to buy you a plate of food, how can you possibly think that this guy can take care of a family? It doesn't make any sense.
Who's talking about a stop? Who the fuck was talking about a family? We're talking about dates. We're talking about dates, all right? This is a feel-out process. This isn't down the road because, first of all, you haven't even had sex with the person yet, so the relationship hasn't even really started to formulate to anything. It's just feelings. And then you talk about kids. Have you seen this woman? She looks like she's almost damn near beyond the point of having kids. So why would family even matter to a situation like her in the first place? I mean, fuck. This is look. I'm telling you right now. This is pandering at the finest. Pandering at the finest. You see all the women clapping. Oh my God, this is great. This dude right now is selling hope. This dude right now is selling dreams. He's not telling her what the hell's up. It's like, lady, you wasted 17 years not having kids of your own, and now I'm sitting here bringing kids in a conversation that doesn't need to be brought up because we don't even know if you can have kids yet. You see the fucking lunacy out here? This is ridiculous. So Steve Harvey definitely 100% pandering here.
It don't make no sense. You can't feed me, but we finna go somewhere and have some kids. Who's going to require constant feeding? Excuse me. Men, we know. Real men, we know. No. That if we take you out, we supposed to pay. We know that. We know that.
See, I agree with them on that point, but it does depends on who asks who out. Listen, if you're a guy and you're gonna try to ask a girl out for a date, you gotta be prepared to shell out some coin. That's how it is. Any guy out there that thinks it's okay not to pay for box, you're kidding yourself because either way you're gonna pay for box one way or the other. All right. So in this case, if you're a guy, if you want the best chance of getting yourself in the door to get that box, you got to be able to pay if you're the one to ask her out. Now it's a little different if she wants to take you out, which is in some cases, more occasions, is rare, right? But realistically, if you ask, you pay. Those are the rules. I don't care. I don't know. I don't understand what this man's talking about, but those are the rules.
Already know that, man. Listen, let's stop playing this game. We know the deal. Because let me explain something to you. When we're all across the room and we meet you, when we see you, We see only reason we walk over to you and we start talking to you is because you have something we want. That's the only reason. We walk over to you because we see something we want. Our job as men is to go over there and see what it's going to cost us to get what we want.
And right there is being honest, realistically. And what we want is the box. And that's what every guy should be honest with themselves with. Because one thing that guys we tend to do is, and it's biological, but we tend to do this a lot, all right? When we see a pretty girl, we see a girl that we find attractive, we automatically start to build her up in our heads, right? We start to build up this fantasy. Because, guys, we're good at fantasies. Fantasies are what keeps the drive going. It keeps the male drive going, right? You fantasize about a woman. It makes us want to chase her and pursue her more. But realistically, we have to get out of that mindset and realize that one of the main things that's building on that fantasy to have us chase her is the box. All we want is the box. I've talked to countless guys who've met a girl they just started talking to, and they're talking about all these great things that she is and whatnot. It's like, bruh, you don't even know her. Just be honest with yourself. What is it that you really want from this girl? Well, she does look good. You want sex. It's the box. So he's right. Guys, when we approach a lady or when we see a lady we like, and girls know this too, we want the box. It's as simple as that. Now we just have to figure out how much is procuring said box gonna cost us. That's what it is. So I agree with him on that point.
That's what it is. So we already know this gonna at least start with a plate of food. Then we know if we're gonna keep getting what we want, we're gonna have to make some type of commitment. Then we know if we want to keep getting what we want, we might have to buy a ring up in here. Then we know if we keep getting what we want, we're going to have to ask you to marry us. Then if we want to keep getting what we want, we're going to have to put you in a house that you can call your own. We know that. We know that. Don't ever stop requiring that, because real men know that's what we do. That's it.
And that's the kind of advice that's gonna keep a lot of you broads single, okay? No. We men, most men do know what they want, but generally the rest of us, we don't know what they want. That's why you have some of these fuckboys out here going around fucking with women, all right, because they don't get it, right? And because they've been dealing with women who don't know what they want because they haven't been led by men who to teach them how to get what it is they want. But you see what the kind of nonsense he's talking about here? Listen, Steve Harvey, all right, you and this lady, whatever y'all talking about, you're talking about times that don't exist anymore, man. They don't exist. You're talking about traditional times where if guys wanted sexual access, yes, you date the girl, yes, you court her, yes, you put a ring on it just to get the box, and then you're gonna keep getting the box, you keep doing more, right? That was back then. Nowadays, bruh, I don't know if you're still in the dating market, Mr. Harvey, but let me tell you something. Girls will give it up for next to nothing. Matter of fact, realistically, $40. $40 is all it takes, and you can get you some tail. That's it. All right. So if that's what it cost me to do it, $40, why would I get married? Why would I buy a house for a woman? To all that stuff just to get sexual access where I can get another younger girl who isn't used to all that house, who isn't used to all these different experience, and I can start building with her. Why would I prefer this post-war woman who can't even have kids, who definitely has a worldview already set, all right, who's gonna fight with me on every single decision that I want to make for the family and choices, right, versus a younger broad who's easy to deal with, no problems whatsoever, and she's willing to come on the program, right? And I don't have to buy her house, I don't have to buy a ring because she doesn't require it. Guess what? I'm gonna stick with her longer because it's less pressure on me. You got to understand this. But the more pressures, especially women who are getting to the stage where they're not as desirable as younger women, especially if they get to the stage, that's actually the less demanding that you should be. The more accommodating you should be the older you get, because you should understand this stuff. Like Kevin Summers used to say, the older women should be good at this shit already. They should already have experience on this stuff already. But they don't. They don't, because their mothers didn't teach them, and their mothers failed to teach them. So they're coming out here thinking that they can still date like 16, 19-year-olds. It's not the case anymore. 17 years done gone by, lady. It's too late. And listen to this guy while all the little harpies around you are clapping. Yes. Oh, yes. You go, girl. You take nothing from this man. Guess what? You'll get nothing. That's how this works. All right? You give a little, take a little. Guaranteed, lady. If you want some real advice, let me tell you right now. All right, stop listening to this man. This man's gonna keep you single so y'all can keep paying to come on the show. That's all this dude is. It's the same game, bro. Simp Harvey. That's all he plays. All right, so stop listening to this man. If you want an actual man to take good care of you, to love you, to actually give you and cherish you the way you want to be cherished when you were 20, 23, or whatever the fuck, you have to give your everything to him. Matter of fact, you got to give more than your everything. You got to give. You damn near got to give your soul to the thing. Because guess what? The dating market is just gonna be that much brutal for you. It is what it is. Because women like you, is the higher chance, the percentage of you getting wifed up is almost next to nothing. So if you want the high percentage to deal with the man who's got it, I'm sure if you're nice and you're accommodating, you're rewarding to a man who wants to love you, there's some simp out there who wouldn't mind taking a 40-year-old plus woman up. I'm telling you right now, there's a guy out there that wouldn't mind it. So stop listening to this guy and actually go out there and learn how to be a feminine woman. Learn how to just swim and bask in your femininity. And before long, is a dude going to be knocking down your door to try to get at that box and probably want to put a ring on it. I don't know. But with that being said, that's all I got for you. Thank you guys so much. I want to thank you guys so much for the brand new support. We keep getting them every single day. And I know some of you F&F fanboys out there, you guys hate this shit. You guys hate the fact that we're growing. But listen, it's not my fault. Y'all keep giving me the damn views. So I'm going to keep making videos about these fools. So guys, if you love these videos, you want more of these relationship type videos, these breakdowns, reaction type videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, okay? Hit that like button. Let the YouTube algorithm send this video to more people who need to see it, all right? And guys, if you enjoy our Friday night live session with Allende and the beautiful ladies that we have on the show, we're going to be having that same repeat this coming Friday, so definitely make sure you want to stay tuned for that. If you guys have, follow us on Instagram at Duke Donnie. Link is going to be in the description below, so go ahead and click on that. If you guys have questions you want to ask the ladies, or you want to be able to get in a situation where we can get your questions asked on air, if it's not pertaining to the ladies or if it's pertaining to a general topic, follow us on Instagram. That way we can go ahead and do that. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.